Gulf Coast is bracing for Hurricane Zeta. The storm is expected to make landfall as a Category 2 hurricane tonight and is expected to bring a large storm surge with it. Earlier, I spoke with Louisiana Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser for more on how they're preparing. Good morning, Lieutenant Governor. Thanks for joining us today.
Glad to be with you. Thank you.
So Zeta is on track to be the 5th named storm to make landfall in Louisiana this year. How do you start to recover from these storms when you keep getting hit by new ones?
Well, it's difficult, and with the Corona-19 as well, and still over 3,500 people still not back home from the last storm, it's wearing people thin here in Louisiana, but we've been through it so many times. You just have to deal with it and pull yourself back up and get through it. And we'll get through this one just like we have the last 5.
So given you are still dealing with damage from previous storms, and of course we're all in a pandemic right now, how do you prepare for a storm like this?
Well, thank God it doesn't look like we have to evacuate places like New Orleans where people are still in hotels. Because of COVID-19, we didn't use the traditional group shelters. We put people in hotels across Louisiana and even into Texas, so they could be distanced and not catch spreading the virus. So it's very lucky that this storm is not going to, even though it's going to be a Category 2, with the new flood protection in New Orleans and the major cities, we're not going to see massive evacuation. So we won't have to deal with that problem, which would have been really tough to do in lieu of those other storms still having people displaced.
Well, glad you got a little bit of luck there at least. It sounds like you're not too concerned about New Orleans. What areas of the state are you most concerned about?
Well, there's a $2 billion improvement in federal levees in Plaquemines Parish, that finger that sticks out in the Gulf where the Mississippi runs right up through that parish. Those levees are still under construction. And we have a 3 to 4 foot levee in certain areas in that parish. And with the suspected 4 to 6 foot storm surge, we're hoping if they're over top, we see no levee failures, and we don't see massive flooding because the storm is moving so quickly. And then also Grand Isle, Lafitte, St. Bernard, the areas outside the flood protection will see some water, as they always do. And those people, most of those homes are elevated, and hopefully it won't last long and they'll be able to get back home.
Now, for the areas where evacuation orders are in effect, is it too late at this point for people to get out? And what's your advice to anyone who wants to ride out this storm?
Well, you know, as we always say, you better be prepared if we can't get to you. And especially if you've got medical conditions, we always recommend you get out. So if you still got a little bit of time, after lunchtime, 12, 1 o'clock is where the weather will start getting bad, where you shouldn't get on the road. But if you're thinking about it, it's probably a good idea to get out, head north and get to a shelter, or stay with friends out of harm's way.
All right, Louisiana Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you. Wishing you and your people there a safe stay through this storm.
Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.